Hey gang, I know it's been a long time since I did any kind of update, and to be honest with you, uh, don't have a whole lot to share right now. But first and foremost, October is a busy month for me. I want to first and foremost say, not that my son would ever watch this or have any care to watch this, what his nerd dad does in the basement, but my son lives in the city of Philadelphia, and this year is the first year that he is not home for his birthday. So his 21st birthday is today. So I want to crack one open for him and say, "Cheers, Ben. Daddy loves you." And maybe in posterity he'll see this, but dude's the light of my life. So just wanted to say that out at the top. So happy birthday to Ben. Well, gotta do a little sip, or else it's not a really good cheers. As far as the pack goes, checked in with Matt maybe 3 days ago, and he says that it's still looking good for October 20 for the delivery date. And I'm gonna be honest, like I think I might have mentioned on a video before, like October is a super busy month for me. So like today's the 10th, and I've had my mother's birthday, my anniversary, my son's birthday today. I still have my father's birthday coming up. So it's and my parents are like not in good shape, mentally and or physically. So trying to do my best to do by them. Work and home, including my parents, has been tough. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to fart around down here in the basement. But regardless, the biggest project I have going, I'm waiting on uh, Matt to go through it. He says it's looking good, and I trust him. You can see his work. Again, he goes by Deceptive Creeper and makes some. He's a wonderful artist and super crazy maker. And again, I'm so envious of his shop. I really have to get myself organized. I did order. I did get into contact with somebody. Uh, a friend of mine put me in contact with somebody who might help me with even more parts for the pack to improve it. They pointed me in the right direction to get a new tip for the thrower, the acrylic tip. I did write him. He said he might be able to source me. I don't think I want to do the. I don't think I know that I'm trying to like do things with the 3D printed parts given to me, but I really don't like those bright red. And I worked so hard on them to get them shiny, and I know that was part of one of the videos, and I uh, I really don't think I like those bright red lenses for the cyclotron. I think I like the darker lenses when they aren't lit. It just throws me off. It looks wrong to me. So I wrote him. He said he might be able to cut me some tinted acrylic for the power cell. I said, hey man, can you do that too for the cyclotron lights? This dude normally deals with metal parts and resin or fiberglass packs. So we're trying to get the measurements right, but hopefully, he can give me a decent deal on that. I also asked, since he's dealing with these resin parts, if he might have a better trigger tip instead of 3D printed. When you're dealing with these 3D printed parts that are really small, it's it's hard to get the details right, and no matter what happens, you know they're not right. Um, I could spend 3 weeks on a part this big and probably make it look like a jewel, but we're not doing that, right? We have a deadline, and to be honest with you, I was thinking earlier today. I was like, "Fuck it, man! I'm not gonna get this done before Halloween." I mean, I'm not setting the world on fire. I told you what my fantasy was. Uh, I don't have even the right like tools. I'm gonna need like a right angle drill to do to put the clippered brass pieces in and stuff like that, as well as some parts for screws and stuff. And hopefully I reached out to somebody and they put it, but you know what, man, fuck it. I'm gonna get this thing together. I don't know if how much I'm gonna be able to do with the thrower. I don't know. Even if I had a day or two with the thrower and I got it back to Matt, I don't know how much time I'd be able to do with that. So I'm kind of putting the thrower out of my mind. If the thrower has lights and the finish is the finish, and the finish is not horrible, but it's certainly not up to my standards, and it's certainly not up to the standards that I would tell you that, again, this is what I'm going to be dealing with. It needs to be torn apart. It needs to have Bondo. It needs to be sanded, have Bondo. If not Bondo, at least filler primer, and needs to be painted properly. And as well as, like, it looks like this dude's just super gluing switches in that had put it on prior to me. So the thrower, if the lights and the sounds and the switches work, I'm going to just deal with those. If I have the time, then great. That's a great luxury. But this pack's going to need a lot of work when it gets back to me. Hopefully I'll be able to get these lenses. I made like a bullshit lens. I think I talked to you about it last video for the power cell that we can use in the interim. Maybe just throw that in with some hot glue or something like that. But I'm doing my best to keep my spirits up. Not my spirit pack. My spirits from my new pack. I got nothing. So, you know, there's lots to do, you know. I'm hoping, you know, I have time, you know, once this gets delivered to me, that I can spend some time down here. I mean, there was even a point where I was like, man, do I just maybe see if I can take a day off, not tell the wife, so I don't have to do chores around the house, and just work on it all day, or work a half day at home and spend some time just trying to get this thing together. I don't want to rush it, but at the same point, I'm like, fuck it. I can always redo it. I can always fix what I messed up. But I really want this thing and this deadline. And it's, again, it's not for anything in particular. It's just, I feel slighted a bit from last year, you know, that I wanted this at this point in time. You know, we had Afterlife coming out in November. I was just like, man, I was really hoping that, you know, be able to troop with that. And I'm getting booted out of that camp that I was with, and delivered a box of shit that we're really trying to make something special out of. So I'm promising I'm going to give my best effort. I sometimes, you know, I think everybody feels like they falter a little bit, but I think that I'm invested. I'm still invested in getting this thing done and built before Halloween. When I get in my hands, I promise I will start shooting videos again. I think I just didn't want you guys to think I forgot about you or gave up on this or went to the wayside. These projects are important to me. I think projects in general are important to people. I think being able to put like blinders on and focus yourself into something where things are around you. I mean, if I'm sure, of course, you can work with partners and stuff like that. But like when you're actually building something, sanding something, painting, sculpting something that wasn't there before, I think it's a really, really magical time. And I'm very lucky to be in this hobby. So. And I'm very lucky to have, you know, us handful of nerds that talk about this stuff. But in the interim, yeah, I love building this stuff. I'm not just a Ghostbusters guy. I'm a Star Wars guy, Blade Runner, Aliens, DC. You know, I love all kinds of ephemera from my youth that I have made a giant foundation to who I am as a person. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to me rattle on. I promise as soon as I get any kind of updates, I will let you know. If any more parts show up, I'll shoot a video and let you guys know. I appreciate, you know, the handful of you guys, you know, that not a handful. I mean, I think we got like 100 people that follow this on the regular. So, that's something. And I appreciate your support. I appreciate Project Proton Pack for helping me with everything. I appreciate 3D Print Realm for sending me the R701. Like, didn't have to do that. You know, it's makes me think this world's pretty cool. You know, because I think that we're always like everything's falling apart. But you know, no, you don't have to do that. I'm not rich, but you know, I have food in the fridge, and the fact that someone just does that is really nice. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me, and hopefully we get somewhere before Halloween this year, because I'm pretty pumped to be able to do that. You know, and stay tuned. Thanks, guys.